Revelations. Let's do it. We've made it to the end, y'all. I just want to say I am extremely proud of you. I know that it has been a challenge at times, and that it might have gotten boring sometimes. And if you were doing this alone, man, I know you were struggling at points, but it's okay. Hey, you've made it, and let's go ahead and finish strong. Now, the book of Revelations, anybody that's growing up in the church, anyone that has been familiar with the gospel in some capacity has probably heard of this book, maybe even avoided this book out of fear because it's super scary. You don't want to hear about the end of the world. It's a lot of imagery and a lot of pictures being painted about what happens or what's going to happen at the end. Now, as we've been reading the Bible thoroughly, I've made it abundantly clear. We don't want to read ourselves into the scripture, and we don't want to take anything out of it that doesn't really make sense. Just reading it at a surface level, reading it on the base of what it is just continues a story. And the story is that this guy named John, he's arrested and taken to the island of Patmos. And from there, he starts to have these visions. And these visions that he's had, Christ is appearing to him and telling him these are the things that are to happen. Now, we split here because there are three ways that we can look at this. We can look at this as he is having a vision that would be relevant to the time in which he's living in. He could be having a vision about the things that are to happen later on. Or this is simply a recounting of events or prophecies of what we saw in the Old Testament now coming to be fulfilled during the time of John. And he is just basically getting understanding as a man on his deathbed to comprehend or understand what's going on. Either way you cut it, there is arguments and debates to be had all throughout. We are going to focus solely on the aspect that this is John recounting and telling us the series of events that he is seeing from God. I want you to read this as if though you were one of the people that would have read this letter during John's lifetime. Start off with Jesus telling John, hey, I need you to pay attention because there are some things happening. Let's get the context of what's happening. During John's lifetime, why he's on the island of Patmos, because he was exiled away from everyone else. There's this guy named Nero, and Nero is one of the darkest times that we have in our early faith, where Nero is murdering Christians left and right. So Jesus is calling them out to be faithful. And so he is speaking directly to the churches that are present during the time of John's life. John starts having a vision. He sees a vision of God. He sees a vision of Jesus and his glorified body. He sees the throne room of God. He sees these angels and these different beings and the beasts that are around the temple. Then he sees the 7 seals and he sees these 7 bowls, and then he hears about the martyrs. He sees about the 144,000 and the multitudes, and he starts seeing the 4 horsemen and the 7 trumpets, and it doesn't end. It's just vision after vision after vision after vision, and everything seems to be glorious and beautiful, and it is all leading up to something known as the apocalypse. And the apocalypse is the end of all things. It's all the crap hitting the fan at once, and this is scary. It's threatening. It causes panic in a lot of us that read it, because we don't want to die. We don't want to perish. We don't want to lose our opportunity. But if we look at it from the perspective of the people that would have been living during John's time, it really just paints the picture. Roman, Babylon, all these places are pursuing, killing, and destroying us. There's going to come an end. Jesus is going to come and rescue us from this tribulation. He is going to come and restore peace. There's going to be balance on earth again. We're not going to live like this anymore. There is a hope on the horizon. There is something to come out on the other end, and we just have to persevere. And a lot of the things that John writes and says in these first chapters is literally focused on there is going to be an end, and Jesus is not going to let it slide. He is going to be with us through it. He is going to get us through the other end, and when we get to the other side, we will be able to find rest in him, because he is worthy of it all. He has taken the place as our king. He is our new king. We see a lot of things mentioned here. The mark of the beast, and that has its own wormhole of problems where people take it and debate it day and night. We have the church is not changing. We have the woman, the child, and the dragon. We have the other 7 bowls. We have the Babylon, the prostitute, and the nonsense continues. And I can't stress enough, I wish I could go through every little detail with you, but not my place to do that on this platform. My place is to just simply get you through reading the Bible, so that when we we go back and we study it, we can get into the nitty-gritty, we can get into the depths. And I would encourage you to go to your pastor. Hey, what do you know about the book of Revelations? The way we read Revelation of Jesus, and a lot of the things that he says is we saw in the prophets previously. We saw the prophets talking about these type of signs, these imageries, these variants of things that he was seeing, and we see them come to pass here in the visions that John is having later. All in all, in these first 17 chapters of Revelation, we see that the end is coming, and God is not oblivious to the suffering of his people. And it's those people that have suffered, the people that have been persecuted, the people that have been challenged. He is going to redeem them, save them, and protect them at all times. So don't be discouraged. Keep going. You got this. I'll catch you guys in the next one.